I'm Ellie.
I'm Izzie.
And welcome to She Hit Me With a Cactus.
Don't really understand what's going on.
It's very hard.
No, it is sensitive.
It's not my only problem.
Are you sure it's a bathroom?
Yeah, chicken feet.
1, 2, 3.
Whoa.
Trying out a new sound.
That was, I don't like that. That was really aggressive. No, Ellie, people don't want to hear that.
What about...
We were just having a competition about who could go lower. And I won.
Not with me, you weren't.
Yeah, but I could beat you.
We're not doing this again. We might look slightly different this time. In the sense
We've changed faces.
Yeah, might look slightly different. We are on opposite sides.
We are.
This is the leg.
The
leg is broken. The leg is sad. The leg is upset.
leg is on a stool.
The
a
leg
bench, if you will.
is waving at you.
We're
ignoring the leg. We're carrying on.
Yes,
as
indeed.
Is. How doing?
How doing?
Yeah.
How doing? Bon.
Bon.
Well, thank you. Yes, very well.
Oh.
How are you?
Oh, very well this time.
Yes.
Normally you're overwhelmed, sad, upset,
No,
wild.
I'm doing fine actually.
Excellent.
Yeah. Had a nice trip over here because they fixed the potholes.
They did.
It was a real wonder. Although, I have a question.
Yeah.
You know when, so if there's cars on one side of the road, so I'm coming through and then a car has to wait here for me to come through,
Yeah.
and you say thank you.
Yeah.
How do you say thank you, first of all?
Depends what time of day.
What? Or sometimes you give them a light flash.
No, sometimes I give them a good old salute.
Good morning. Afternoon.
No, I just sort
Evening.
of like raise my hand.
Yeah, I do that. That's my thanks. But my question to you is, if there's more than one car, how many of those people do you have to say thank you to? Or do you just hold your hand up the whole time you're gliding through? 'Cause that's what I did earlier. Driving on through and I was like, I said hi to thank you. And then there was someone behind him. So I was like,
No, I just said.
and then another one joined. So I just kept my hand up. So I just sailed on through like this. And I thought, what is the appropriate response there? Do you just thank the first person who's waited for you?
Yes.
Okay, well, they all got
That's
a
what
thank.
I do.
They all got a thank you this morning.
Because the people arrived after, so they were they didn't make the decision to wait for you.
Yes, true, but I should still thank them for their time.
No, you don't need to be like, hey! Because then if you're at one of those...
I sort of just kept my hand there.
If there's a really long line of traffic,
Well, that's what I'm thinking. If there's something like an
20
accident or
people.
something, you're just...
sail on through.
I don't know.
No,
I thought that was quite a wonder. But yes, I'm doing
maniac
well. How are you?
Good, yes, I'm okay. I'm glad the sun is arriving.
Arisen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, at least it is the day we're filming.
Yes. Potentially not today.
Sorry if
Sorry
it's raining.
about that.
It's not my fault. But yeah, all good. Should we play a game?
We should.
I'm excited. I'm
Niall?
excited to play a game.
Ooh.
A game.
A game.
A game.
A game.
I'd like to play a game.
Please, no.
Would you like to play the game?
Yes.
What game?
Can you guess?
I think it might be fact or fiction.
We are going to play fact or fiction. Yes.
Woo!
So for
I'm
those,
so glad that you did that in a quiet tone, because sometimes you have the habit of going like, wow, and then when I'm editing, I have to just quieten you down.
Well, it's because you tell me I need to be enthusiastic, but then tell me off when I'm too enthusiastic, so I don't know where
Because
I
you
stand
don't need
with
to be enthusiastic at volume, you can just be enthusiastic in your vibe and energy.
Okay, understood, thank you.
Oh, you nailed it. Good job.
for those that are new here,
Welcome. This is what
hello.
we're like all the time.
I'm going to read out a phrase or a sentence, and you're going to tell me whether it's fact or fiction.
Question.
True or
Are
false.
you sure?
Why do you say phrase or sentence? Isn't that the same thing? What is a phrase? What is a sentence?
I'll get back to you on that one.
Okay, I think you just pick one.
Anyway, the
Go
first
ahead.
one. Fireworks have different colours because they use different dyes.
No, I feel like it's different types of gunpowder, isn't it?
I actually know nothing about fireworks.
Good.
I just thought of that. Like, what is in them?
It's gunpowder, isn't it?
Gunpowder.
Gunpowder.
But where do they get gunpowder from?
Guns? Oh.
And powders.
Powders.
Interesting. Yes, I have no frame of reference as to what gunpowder is.
I
so
think
I'm going
it's
to say
different. I mean, I could be very, very wrong.
different
but
types of
I
gunpowder.
don't think it's dyes.
I think it is dyes. Like what? Like food colouring? Just squeeze a couple of drops of baking food colouring in there.
Baking colouring.
What do you call it? Just food colouring, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you use it in baking. You could use it in like a curry if you wanted to have a blue curry.
Imagine.
I bet there's someone out there that does that sometimes.
I
It's like,
don't think
"Well,
we
you
do
know what,
that
I'm just going
enough,
to do it. I'm just
actually.
going to have a blue curry.
I don't think we do that enough. I don't think we make joy
That's maybe
out
one
of
a
other
curry.
foods. Curry.
I love curry. If anyone was to ask me right now, what do you want? It would be curry. Like a lot of the time, it's either like a properly made Italian pizza, or a curry.
No, tacos.
Curry of choice?
Tikka masala.
Yeah, same. Chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or prawn.
Give me a bop. A bop. Give me a bop. Okay, I'm going to say
I think
fact.
fiction.
Fact.
Fiction.
It is fiction.
Interesting.
So it is actually to do with the chemicals, the minerals that are used. And they different ones and they react differently.
So maybe one's more...
Is it gunpowder? Have I made that up?
So it says here
Did
that
it used to be?
Isn't it dynamite? Or is that like a bit more explosive?
Let him explain.
dynamite would just explode. That's the point.
There's nothing pretty about
Gun-
dynamite
Oh,
explodes.
Gunpowder is a mixture of different elements.
Yeah, but is that
Sulfur,
what's
carbon,
in...
That's what react to create
There's the pretty
explosion.
colours.
But they use barium.
Barium.
Barium is green, blue is copper, yellow is sodium.
Yes, you learn these in chemistry.
But yet you thought it was food colouring.
It's been many a moon since I did those. That was always a fun part of science, though, the colourful reactions.
So fun.
Okay. Next one, another
Yes.
dye-related question.
Dye?
T-shirts are called that because they were originally dyed by tea leaves.
I would assume it's because they're in the shape of a T.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was as well.
I doubt it's to do with tea, the actual drink. Why are they dyeing them with tea?
Okay,
What was it? What happened before tea? Just shirt. Before they started dyeing them, what colour were they?
Why
There was
aren't-
just
why
shirt.
aren't-
This
why-
is shirt.
Why aren't shirts called T-shirts?
Because they've got arms. And they're made of different materials. T-shirts are made of like cottony things. Whereas shirts are made of like, I don't know what that material is.
Can you
but
not
like...
have a shirt that's made out of cotton?
No. Well,
How dare you?
shirts have no, because that's like a
can.
polo top, isn't it? Like shirts that have like a collar and are done up. Like, there's
So
the
is it called
difference.
a
Shirts have buttons all the way down so you can open a shirt. You can't open a T-shirt.
So is it called a polo T-shirt?
It's just
'Cause
a polo top.
Or it's a top?
What's the difference between a top and a
I think a
t-shirt?
top is just anything you wear on your top half.
Oh.
Whereas like you then, like what kind of top? It's a shirt or a T-shirt. Whereas tops are just like...
Or a
this is top.
blouse.
Or a blouse, but who wears like, I bought a blouse? Unless you're like 87, no one says that. Fiction.
Fact.
It is fiction. You are both correct. It is because they are shaped like a T.
Yeah, well, that was silly, Niall.
Right? Okay then.
Was that not obvious?
Okay, next one then. A pterodactyl is a dinosaur.
Ooh, yeah, yes. It
No,
was
it's a bird.
maybe it was a bird that was around in the dinosaur era, the prehistoric era. What is that called? The prehistoric or the pre-fossil fossiloric? What is it?
The fossiloric era. I didn't think it was fossiloric.
Okay, here's... Oh, actually, no, I just realised how stupid that is. I was going to say, did they know it was called the prehistoric era when they were in it? But obviously they weren't. There was no people. It was just dinosaurs and things. So no,
But why is it called prehistoric?
because it's prehistory.
But what's history?
People history. What's it called? Is it called... Because there's a Mesozoic era.
The bronze?
No, that's an age.
Oh.
There's no Bronze era. We're in the Bronze era. Is there?
Eras tour? Taylor Swift?
There are no pterodactyls on the Eras tour. I think that it may be. Now you've made me question it. I think it's a bird. I've recently been to the Natural History Museum and I saw no pterodactyls in the dinosaur section.
Well, they wouldn't have a bird section.
Well, they do.
No.
They have a whole hall of birds.
Do they?
Yeah. With the dodo. The dodo that's like...
The dodo.
Well, you know, he's a big star because he's not here anymore. So he's like, big star. I want to know...
Is it a skeleton?
Well, they're all stuffed, aren't they? It's all like taxidermy. But like, how did they get the dodo? Or did they just make the dodo? Because
Dodo died.
Dodo did die a long time ago. So like, did they just...
Dodo died. Stuffed dodo.
Okay. toy store. Did they just preserve the last dodo, or is that like a made-up dodo? Is that a fake dodo?
Where's this?
The Natural History Museum in Londinium.
Is it Dum Dum Dodo?
Okay.
Probably a dum-dum.
I
dodo.
think that a pterodactyl is a bird, not a dinosaur.
Well,
So is it?
But what is a dinosaur?
I said that originally.
Is a dinosaur a type of animal?
I don't know. I've said this before and I will say it again. I'm sceptical about the dinosaurs.
You don't think they existed?
No, I think they existed. I just don't think they existed in the format in which we currently believe.
Well, what kind of format?
Like, we have decided that they were all brown. Or green.
Well, they're not all brown.
Or blue.
Some of them are orange.
Or orange.
Exactly.
We don't know that they weren't fluffy.
A lot of them say that they probably were feathery or fluffy.
Not when you go to mini golf. At mini golf, at Jurassic mini
That's
golf.
only because historically that's how we viewed them. But
Yes,
scientists have admitted,
and it's
like,
wrong.
They probably did have feathers.
What
and-
if one of them was woolly?
Okay, that wasn't the question. It was whether a pterodactyl is a dinosaur. I just want to know what a dinosaur is.
Yeah, but I originally said maybe it's a bird, and then you were like, no, 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 and then you went, maybe it's a bird.
That's so rude. But were like
true.
underwater dinosaurs? Were they called dinosaurs?
Yeah, like the Meg.
Yeah, but
It's a shark.
the megalodon.
But that's an old.
But was that around in
Old
the
shark.
dinosaur
It's an
time?
old shark.
It's a really old shark. No, but it wasn't like an ichthyosaur. That's an underwater dinosaur, isn't it? An ichthyosaur?
And whales.
No, but that's not a dinosaur, Ellie. I think you're getting a bit confused. I think that the pterodactyl was a bird.
Okay, hang on a second.
So
hang
fiction.
on.
Yeah,
Hang on.
calm.
When the dinosaurs died,
Yeah.
how did the sea dinosaurs die?
So it was.
Because there was... Okay, let me explain.
There was a tsunami.
Listen. Big meteor hits in Mexico, in the Yucatan area. Yes?
Oh, Mexico.
Yes. Well, between like Mexico, Belize, Guatemala, that kind of area. So it hits there.
When everything was Pangea.
No, just try and focus. Try and focus.
Wait,
Yes,
it's
okay.
Pangea.
Okay, that region of the Earth.
Is that what you say when everything was Pangea?
I don't think that's... Oh, God, we'll all be all right when everything was Pangea. That was so weird. Right, meteor hits Mexico. Ellie, listen.
I'm sorry,
Then the big impact creates all kinds of other problems
Ripples.
in the world. Yeah, like rising sea level, like acid clouds, like big clouds of smoke.
Yeah,
It
no, I
caused
get
like
that.
earthquakes and volcanoes to
But
erupt.
not for
and
those
then...
that are in the sea.
Yeah, okay, well, do you not think that earthquakes cause major other problems, like tsunamis and like acidic water? Like they probably all just were killed off because...
But then how did we start again?
Because everything starts again.
The mammoth lived.
The mammoth wasn't around, was it?
When was the mammoth?
I don't think a mammoth is a dinosaur. That was in the Ice
I'm
Age.
sorry, but there
That
was
was in
a
the Ice
crossover
Age.
film, Ice Age 3 Dawn
I
of the
don't.
Dinosaurs.
I really don't think that that's physically accurate.
Niall,
So
tell
to-
me
so
that
to
they happened at the
clarify-
same time.
A mammoth is just a woolly elephant,
Yeah.
Very, very different time periods.
right?
When?
So
So mammoths were
dinosaurs.
much more recent,
To clarify, yes, Pangea time was 300 million years ago,
right?
and that's why dinosaurs' bones and fossils can be found
On like
in
yeah,
Africa and
There's some in
in
Dorset.
yes,
because they split apart,
Yeah.
yeah.
and
From
so that's why
Africa
they
and
rate.
because of things
relate.
when they were Pangea.
Ellie, it's not because when they were Pangea. It was just when the Earth was called Pangea. When the land mass was Pangea, it was one land mass.
was
It's
one
not just like when everything was
continent,
Pangea.
I just feel so Pangea today.
I'm just going to
Just
use
whole,
that.
just you know.
God, this day is so Pangea.
Keeping everything together.
Let's just keep. Yeah, you know what?
I'm
that's-
really keeping it together. I'm
let's
really
start that.
Pangea today.
Oh my God, can we introduce that into the general public? That'd be
How's your day
amazing.
going?
God.
I'm feeling a bit post-Pangea.
Post-Pangea.
Yeah, torn apart.
Okay.
So to clear up a couple of questions, prehistoric is before records.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's
Before
the
any
difference between
records.
historic and
So essentially before humans then. That's what I said.
before written records. So it could be cavemen.
Oh right, okay, so there
people
were humans but they
recording
weren't
things.
like writing stuff down. Cool.
In terms of the living and dying of water mammals,
Yeah.
or animals and sharks,
Yeah.
it was the case of the heating of the planet and the
Acidic
changing of the
seas.
ecosystem.
Right. But there's
Killed
still
them
things that live really low down.
Some things survived.
There was quite a few
organisms
things that
and things survived,
yeah.
which is how they then evolved.
They
Yeah.
say that
Very-
like a version of robins were around in the dinosaurs' time.
And there are things down in Mariana's Trench.
Yeah, like things that far down would probably
Mariana's
wouldn't.
Trench?
Isn't that a band?
That's my mum, isn't it? Marion.
Marian's Trench.
Marian's Trench. Mariana's Trench. The deepest part of the sea.
You're right.
Marinara.
Mariana, I think.
Trench marinara.
Marinara is a tomato sauce. Yes, so not everything died, basically.
Yeah, because that's where they think the Meg is.
Okay. I don't think the Meg's there.
To clarify, mammoths were 1400,
Yeah, that wasn't that long ago.
10,000
You don't need to
years
keep
ago.
leaning forward to talk to your mic.
Oh, yeah.
Just keep going.
Like it, yeah.
Just to be clear.
Mammoths were when, sorry?
Ice Age.
14,000 Ice Age, 14,000 years ago. Dinosaurs were 200 million
Well
years
gone.
ago.
So Ice Age procedure, none of the dinosaurs could never have
Was
happened.
not
The
factory
idea of
accurate.
that is there was a world that hadn't been killed off by the meteor underneath.
Right,
That's-
so
I think
dinosaurs were still
they
bopping about.
survived.
Yeah.
So everything was still a bit more Pangea.
Everything was more Pangea.
So, pterodactyls?
I think they're birds.
Well, I also said that first.
Because dactyl is not a dinosaur word, is it? It's like saurus. There's like a lot of sauruses, and that's how I define dinosaur.
What about tops?
tops?
Triceratops.
Just to
Oh.
debunk that, Izzie,
Okay.
a more scientific term for a pterodactyl is a pterosaur.
Pterosaur. Now.
But is that because they saw?
Soar through the air, yeah.
And
They
they're
do look
full
like
of terror.
dinosaurs. I'm still gonna say it's a bird because you've made me question everything.
And they lived at the same time as the Tyrannosaurus.
I don't think they're dinosaurs.
No, they're birds.
Birds. Fact. Fiction.
Fiction.
It is fiction, but
Yeah.
they're not birds.
What are they?
They
Chickens.
are just a different species of reptile, flying reptile.
Oh right, okay.
So a dinosaur is classified as something that
As a reptile.
stands up on, its feet.
So it's like flying.
So it's just
crocodiles.
another type of
It's like a flying
reptile.
crocodile.
So
Damn.
Go
interesting.
with that.
But crocodiles were around in dinosaur times, weren't they? They were just another type of reptile.
Everything was just so much bigger.
Yes.
So like dinosaurs were like the size of the house. Imagine being like upstairs and just a tyrannosaurus.
well, I don't
walks
have
past.
to.
Yeah, but why are animals so much smaller these days?
Because in this environment, in this level
They
of
can't
gases that we
thrive.
have in our atmosphere, that it is better for smaller creatures. Clearly,
You lose most of your body heat through your head.
yes,
Nice,
that's
simple
why
and
everyone is always said to me wear a hat.
I don't think I have a lot of head heat though. Like my head's never that warm, whereas my hands and feet
No, I think it's
scorching
I think
sometimes.
that's true because
No, I
bald
don't. I think
people
that's a myth.
bald people always get colder heads, so they have to.
But
wear
do they?
hats.
Have you done a survey of the bald people? I don't think that's true. I think that's one of those myths. It's like, oh, pop a hat on because that's where all your heat goes.
Then where else is it going?
I think it's just everywhere, just equally everywhere. Why would it come out of your head? You don't have like a rising steam pot that just
Because
comes
heat
out the top.
rises.
Not in your body. It's like in a room or something. It doesn't rise inside you. Otherwise, your feet would always be cold.
My feet are always
Yeah, but
cold.
you can't speak for the rest of the population. That's just that's like a you circulation problem. That's a you problem.
Okay, well, I'm going to say
Fiction.
fact.
It is fiction,
Thank
and I
you.
believe it is exactly as Izzie has described. It's just exposed skin, and because your head
Yeah.
and your feet are
Have a
often
lot of
not
skin,
exposed, so if
yeah.
you walk around without socks on, you
Yeah.
can get more cold.
You don't really cover up your head very much, whereas you cover up your legs and everything else.
My life is a lie.
There you go.
What kind of life are you leading where it makes such an impact?
Very heated head
Well,
life.
so you don't need to wear hats as often as you think you do.
Damn. It's now time for our next segment, Answers Anonymous. Anonymous answers from the people that we ask the questions to, and they answer
the answers
anonymously.
that we
Niall?
asked them to answer. What is the question?
Okay, so the question we asked the audience, the viewers, everyone
people,
watching,
the friends.
people,
The people at home.
what is your
At home. Sorry.
what is your worst drinking experience?
Ooh,
Isabella?
why me?
Because I've
Glug,
got no
glug,
one
glug
else to
over
talk
here.
to. Because there's no one else for me to ask.
You're the glug glug glug.
I'm not the glug glug glug. Izzie, right, story for you. When Izzie, being 4 years younger than me, when I turned 18, Izzie was so anti-alcohol.
It wasn't
You-
18, Ellie. It was like it's 16. So I was what 10.
Okay,
Oh, no.
Izzie was so
12.
anti-alcohol, so anti ever drinking it, ever doing anything.
I wasn't.
And was always like, you're going to go out and you're going to be in the gutter and you're going to be sick everywhere and it's just unresponsible.
I didn't. Every time he came back, I used to go glug, glug, glug,
Yeah,
glug, glug.
and her favourite saying as a child was glug, glug, glug. Whenever anybody had an alcoholic beverage, not just myself, but other family members as well.
True.
She just walked past and be some sort of menace, being like glug, glug, glug.
I did not do that.
Yes, you did. And then suddenly you became 18 and it was like, I'm going to the club!
For a start, I never did that.
Well, why does our grandmother always think you're drunk then?
I don't know. Honestly, she calls me up all the time being like, well, have you been drinking? No. And also, she always thinks I'm asleep. Sometimes she rings me at like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. She's like, have you just woken up? No, I've been awake since 6 a.m. I don't quite understand what... Yes, she constantly thinks I'm
Because you're always
glugging.
Glugging
in the gutter. But no, generally, I'm very well behaved, actually.
Anyway,
thank you.
what's your worst drinking
I
experience?
don't really have any... I haven't done anything that terrible. I like to run when I've had a drink. I feel like I develop like a sense of, God, I need to run fast and far. So sometimes I do.
Fight or flight.
Yeah, just like I need to like run. I feel the need to run. I am a bit of an enabler though. I remember it was one of my friend's 21st birthdays and we were soaking, I would not recommend, soaking squashies in spirits.
Oh.
And I was just going around just like whipping them in everybody's mouths. And bless the girl it was her 21st birthday, she was very unwell, and I take full responsibility for that. We were up with her in the middle of the night and she was just not talking.
Squashy gate.
Yeah, it was bad. So I wouldn't recommend soaking sweets in spirits and then continuously giving them to one person in particular. But yeah. What about you?
The only thing that I can really remember that springs to mind is we went out for drinks after work, and I think none of us had any dinner because we'd just gone straight from work.
Yeah, the worst.
And it was somebody's birthday, and then tequila got involved, which
I
is
quite
now
like
the reason.
Tequila. Now I've been to Mexico, I quite like tequila.
After this is why I can no longer drink tequila. Tequila got involved. We hadn't had any food. We didn't really get any food. Sort of just, we're having too much fun. Food didn't really cross anybody's mind.
That's dumb.
Suddenly it's like...
Not even a snack. I get really peckish.
No, suddenly it's like 2 a.m. and I'm in a club with my work clothes on.
That is not the vibe.
And everyone's got like work bags and things like that. And then everybody just keeps buying tequila shots and we're drinking nothing else apart from tequila shots. And then we all leave the club at like 3 a.m. and just all collectively line up in a line on the pavement, lying outside, waiting for the taxi, like, this was a mistake.
No, that's not fun.
I've never needed to lie down so much more.
I like tequila in the
life.
context of a margarita.
No.
I don't like a tequila shot
I don't
that
like
much.
margarita. I can't even sniff tequila any longer.
I can't sniff sambuca.
Oh yeah, don't.
Because
like
that just reminds me of like being like 18 in a club with sticky carpets and things like that.
What is it that I do, like baby Guinness?
Oh, I've never had a
or
Guinness.
a tequila rosé. Tequila rosé I like.
That's such a I don't know, a basic white girl drink.
No, I'm just saying I don't like tequila,
Love
but I like
tequila rosé.
I've never said I love tequila rosé. I said I don't like tequila.
But you can tolerate a tequila rosé.
Tolerate a tequila rosé.
Yeah. After all my years of vodka shots, I can still have a vodka.
Really like
What's your favourite cocktail?
I
think we talked about this before.
Long
actually.
Island iced tea
Yes,
or
I like a mojito.
a passion fruit martini.
Yes, also quite nice. I've never had an espresso martini though.
Yeah, I had one the other day. It's
I don't
actually
like
really
coffee,
nice.
so I feel like it's not really my vibe.
But I don't really either, and it actually tastes all right. But also, I had a really nice... What's the white milky one called? Pina colada.
Oh.
I really like pina coladas as well.
I'm not really a pineapple gal, so that's not really for me.
No, see, my favourite spirit is Malibu.
Oh, you do love Malibu. I remember that from when you were younger.
Malibu pineapple. That is my Malibu and pineapple juice is my go-to drink.
No. You even had that when you were younger as well. You used to take Malibu
When
to
I was younger.
house parties.
Yes, when I was 5, my favourite drink was Malibu and pineapple.
No, I mean when you went to like house parties and stuff, you used to have Malibu pineapple.
Yeah, because
then.
everybody else liked vodka, and I
we didn't. We used to have like Echo Falls wine.
Yeah.
Like a really like a horrible sweet rosé.
No, it's always the barefoot, well, the one with the footprint on the front.
Zinfandel.
Yeah, or like pink Moscatos with the.
Ugh, no, that's
that
not
was
for me.
mine.
Niall, what have the audience got to say? Niall's quite a silly drunk. He goes like very like, let's just like like move for Spain or something. He's the kind of guy that would just do something really
I'm not
weird.
that posh, but I do.
Oh my god, Freddie the other night. We celebrated Freddie's birthday and it was a car journey. It was about a 40-minute car journey on the way
That's
back.
long.
Alice wasn't drinking, so she drove us all back.
What a
And
saint.
Freddie was so adamant that he was sober. And he was just chatting absolute shit in the back, just constantly. And then his seatbelt, every time he leant forward, his seatbelt was trying to like trap him in, like doing its job.
The job, yeah.
And then every time he moved back, it would like trap him even more. You could just hear him in the back going, guys, I'm being trapped. And then his phone rang and his father was ringing him. And he had a very sober conversation with his father, which he remembers nothing of. And then was like constantly leaning forward, like, can you turn the radio down? Can you turn it down? I want to be involved in the conversation. And then at one point, he thought a friend was running by the side of the car.
You were definitely not sober, Freddie.
And he kept going, you know, I'm so sober. Like, I've really sobered up. I really thought I wasn't before, but I've really sobered up. And then would be like, Alice, your car!
I used to do that though. When parents or like friends' parents used to pick me up from like house parties and stuff, you had to pretend like you were like fully like aware and everything. But I mean, I talk a lot anyway, but I
Yes,
talk
you do.
extra when I'm in the car and I'm trying to pretend that I haven't had a drink. Yeah, it was a rough
You know
time.
that day
I
when...
did exactly that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, no, I feel absolutely fine, but I'm also talking like this 100 times.
Turned into comedian.
Quite the
And
comedian.
As soon as I spoke to my father, it was well trained into
Game face.
I turned very sober during that conversation.
Why was he calling you at that time?
It was like 8 p.m.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, no, we had... But we
Oh, it was a daytime.
Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't like...
4
no,
a.m.
We only did
We
like
started
5
drinking
till
at
8.
11,
Okay,
yeah.
got
We
it.
started at 11.
No recollection of what was going on at all. I haven't spoken to him since. I've got a
Who knows what was being
due,
said?
Or scheduled with him this weekend. So
Oh,
at
dear.
some point I'll figure out what was said.
It's probably best not to know.
But he has not messaged me or said anything since that conversation. I've dropped him a message being like, "Hey, how are you?"
It was either very alarming or deeply disrespectful.
Yeah, no.
No, but Alice
definitely,
Alice and I were sober, and like the conversation
So it
was
can't have been that
fine. Like
bad.
it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was just the immediate snap back into
Hello.
Alice, I'm being trapped by your seatbelt.
Bless you. At least you had a good birthday. That's all that
wonderful
matters.
time, yeah.
He was wearing chaps.
It was fancy dress before.
He's very proud of his cowboy outfit.
Interesting choice. Niall, what did the people have to say?
So we have quite a few throw-ups.
Oh dear.
We've got
I'm not really a sicky drunk, I have to say.
No, neither.
I'm like a just fall asleep in the middle of nowhere kind of person.
Fall asleep in the middle of
I can
nowhere.
fall asleep when I want to.
No, I can't fall asleep. I'm not. I'm just sort of
I'm
like.
also the kind of person that comes back after a night out, after like uni nights out. I used to come back and make chocolate porridge. What was I doing? Why was I doing that?
it's a good
Out
meal
of
to
all
have
the
after
things
night
that-
out.
Yeah, but I'd
to
have
be fair.
like a few slices of cheese and then chocolate porridge.
Well, okay, let's start with that one. We've got one that's similar. I brought a block of cheese
Oh, there you go. See, cheese is a good snack.
to the way the phrase is interesting. I
Oh.
brought a block of cheese to be with me. Oh, as a snack.
To be with me.
Emotional support cheese.
And woke up with a huge bite taken out of my yellow candle next to an unopened cheese.
Oh, that's awful. That means that they
Oh.
swallowed all of that wax
That's
as well.
horrible.
That's disgusting. Also, was the candle square? I guess that's not really your top priority, is
Why?
it?
Why is that your first question? Was the candle square?
Well, because it looks nothing like cheese for a start. Ugh.
We've got, I was at a house party
Yeah.
when I was around 17 and was so drunk that when I got home, I vomited in my mom's handbag.
Oh.
I then passed out on my bed and forgot about it. She didn't realise until she took it into work the next day.
No,
That's
no,
disgusting.
that's
That's really
horrible.
disgusting.
Oh,
I know people that have like weed in weird places, like thought they were going to the bathroom, but actually went
Cupboards.
into like cupboards and
Yeah.
stuff. But I've never been sick. I've not done that. I've not gone into cupboards.
Yeah, I'm more accustomed to the cupboard myself.
I love a cupboard.
Okay, now for some
Not so fun ones.
yeah, not so fun ones.
Oh God.
we were having a family reunion.
Oh,
And it was
no.
a free bar.
An open bar is just a recipe for disaster, isn't it?
Long story short, my brother, 18, kissed our cousin, 29.
29!
No.
She's
Both of
11
them.
years older than him.
Both of them are old enough to know better, really, aren't
No.
That's really not okay.
Your cousin.
11. Also, how awkward afterwards when you see them at like Christmas or something.
I swear we had this conversation in the last
About
episodes
cousins,
about
how it's
cousins.
wrong.
Why is this happening so
Cousins
often?
need
Is
to
it the
stop
same
kissing one
person?
another.
Is it the same family?
They need to stop doing that. It's disgusting.
Stay away from your cousins.
It's really not that difficult.
No.
It's really not that hard to stay away from your cousin.
they?
Also, why is that the first thing that you're like, oh, no, just no.
Another one, not so good,
Mm.
was at a club, and one of my closest friends was so drunk she just started crying,
Oh.
and then told me that she'd been sleeping with my boyfriend. I threw my drink in her face, and we haven't spoken since.
Whoa. I thought
Imagine trying to console
because
someone.
you know when
and
people
then
get a
they
bit
tell you
weepy,
that.
you're like, oh, sweet, and then they say
I would have
that.
thrown more than just my drink
Sorry,
in her
did you
face.
say that was a dream or she did that?
Why would it be a dream?
A dream?
No, she
You're
did
on
that.
sound. How did you not hear
You should
that?
be listening, Freddie.
Okay, so next one we have met a gorgeous girl when I was out in Ibiza.
Was it me?
Was it me?
Both of your boyfriends sat right here.
I think it sound like both of my boyfriends.
All of my boyfriends are here.
So
Is
many
this happening? Is this actually happening now?
so many of my boyfriends are here.
I can't believe you all showed up at once.
I was awake for 1 week. Jesus Christ. Though.
Right, met a gorgeous girl when I was out in Ibiza on a lad's holiday. I was like 18 years old.
Okay.
I woke up the next morning and realised she was a 60-year-old grandma. The beer goggles were real.
No.
Why is there a 60-year-old grandma partying in Ibiza with 18-year-old
How do you know
boys?
she's a grandma?
Yeah, that was quite an assumption. She might just be an older lady.
She might just be a 60-year-old woman. She's not necessarily... Does she have, like, I'm a grandma written on my t-shirt?
These
Or,
are
like,
my grandchildren.
pictures of her grandchildren.
on her t-shirt. Ew.
Yeah, that's not
ideal, really, is it?
not at 18.
Also, bad friends. Why would no one be like,
Funny.
stop?
Super funny.
Really?
Great story to tell.
Oh.
Super
Alright.
funny. I would totally
Oh, yeah,
get
you-
my
Sounds like
friends
you've
to
done
do
that.
100%.
Were you there?
Yeah, you let it happen.
Yeah, definitely. You take a couple of pictures as well before they disappear.
I'm sorry, I feel like that is the difference between men and women. I would never, if my friend was doing that, I would literally be like, what are you doing? I would at least bring it up and make sure that everything was okay.
Yeah, but the difference is, from what my understanding is, in a
Yes.
club, a girl might look over to her friend when talking to a guy to get that reassurance.
You just
that
dance in
they're-
front of them and go like,
yeah,
get the
you're
vibe.
kind of like, shall I? Are these okay? Whereas a guy, there's no
There's none of that.
check in with your mate whether it's going to happen or not.
yeah, but you should stand in. You should step in as a good friend.
No, all the lads will probably be there watching, going, that's
They would
hilarious,
probably
that's
egg you
joke.
on to do it.
They sent the woman over
Yeah.
there because you were
Go.
so drunk. Okay, last one then. It's between two. I'll just do both. Okay.
It's a free country. Do what you like.
I fell down a flight of stairs at a family friend's New Year's party,
Okay.
and my dress slipped clean off, and I was just sat in my pants.
Oh, what age is this as well? Because like family friends.
And is
Just
it
sat at the
like
bottom
a
of your-
painful one where you can't get up either? So you're
Yeah,
like,
like at the bottom of your stairs, just like completely naked, but just like
That's
oh,
really impressive.
I'm in pain. Like, who helps you up after that?
But how did your whole dress fall off?
Maybe it's like a slip dress that just fully came, like caught on one of the stairs and just fully came over the top. Oh, that is literally my worst nightmare personified. A family friend's
saw
New
a-
Year's Eve as well.
I saw
Everyone's
a
having a good
video.
time.
I saw a video of that, of like a
what was that?
It's really weird.
of like a I think it's like a mum's filming at the bottom of the slide,
Yes.
and then like her mum is taking, or like the child's grandmother
Right.
is taking the child down on
Oh no.
on her lap.
They get caught on the slide.
And like it's like either her things get caught on, her top gets caught somehow.
Right.
And as she goes down the slide, the top stays and she goes through the neck hole. Then she gets to the bottom of the slide. She's just completely topless.
That's also one of the worst places for that to happen because it's like a children's play area. Oh, bless her. How
Very
mortifying.
funny. Either that or it was a water slide and it was a bikini top.
That's worse.
Like, I can't remember
That's
the
worse.
exact details, but it's very funny.
God. Last one now?
Last one, another eating one.
Eating.
I was eating a packet of sour worms on the way back from a night out, and I thought I dropped one on the floor. So I picked it up and ate it. But it turns out
eating things off of the floor.
it wasn't. It was a real
things on the
worm.
floor. You are not obligated to eat all of them.
5 seconds.
Yeah, but if you're really hungry and you're like, I'm going to eat all of these worms.
I'm not picking anything off of the floor.
Well, we're not all
Alright.
like you, Freddie,
No,
okay?
Forget it.
Food
If
waste.
you're walking somewhere,
Yeah, well, if it's a real worm, yeah, but they thought it was a sour worm.
it doesn't matter. If you're walking somewhere and you drop a chip on the floor, on the middle of the street, you're not picking that back up.
Yeah,
then
like
no,
I
you
feel like
leave
a
it.
sugary worm.
But if
That's
it's like
not really
just
going
a
to pick up a lot of
solid-
stuff.
You know?
Freddie doesn't like it if I drop food on the floor here and I pick it up.
Oh,
and eat
grow
it.
up.
Oh,
It's good
come
for the
on.
immune system.
You're going to get so ill.
You are. I bet
You're
you're
gonna
poorly.
Built different.
Oh,
And there's the F again.
oh,
Right.
but they chewed a live worm. Ew, imagine all the popping.
Oh yeah, that's the
The
thing
poor
with.
worm for a start.
Well,
He
the
was just
question
out
is,
for a
how
midnight
do you-
stroll.
How
I
do you
guess they
know
don't
it was a
stroll, they
worm?
slither.
How do you eat a sour
He said
worm?
it was a real worm.
But how do you know that he ate a worm?
But how do you
Because he
eat?
said.
How would you eat a sour worm?
Huh?
Surely at that point.
Oh no, I go like.
You do that with every worm, every sour worm that you
do
eat.
not.
You-
Yeah, like a sour lace or something.
You've eaten packets of sour lace, and you don't sit there like.
Yeah, but that's the fun way to eat it, isn't it? If you've got a gummy worm,
I'm sure after one
like
of
a baby
those,
bird.
After you eat a packet of gummy worms, and every single worm you go me.
Why don't you go like some
Yeah,
kind
you bite
of carnivorous
into them.
monster?
But also, you don't know that he ate. I'm assuming it's a he. Don't know why.
Sounds like a man thing.
Sounds like a man thing to do. You don't know that what he picked up wasn't a worm.
It was a worm.
You don't know. It doesn't say.
no, he did.
It
It was
says
a real worm.
It
Oh.
was a real worm. That's what I said to you.
Sorry.
So in
My
order for him
apologies.
to have known, he must have.
He's crunched a real worm and
Crunched
then
it.
gone, oh my god.
But then also, fun fact about worms.
Thought we were done.
Sorry. Fun fact about worms is that if he bit into that worm and then threw the other worm away, like the rest of the worm away, that worm would be able to survive.
Is that actually true though?
Yeah. That worm would have been
but
able
maybe
to
he didn't
continue
throw it away.
living.
How do you know he didn't munch the whole worm and then go, ugh.
Because he bit...
Gross. Just
Unless he went, me.
maybe he ate it like a baby bird. Yuck. Next up, we are going to do our Agony Aunts segment.
Izzy, I hate the way you speak.
And thank you for watching this episode.
Ouch.
Next up, we're doing our Agony Aunts
I
segment.
didn't say it like that.
You did.
Right, next up we're
No.
doing Agony Aunt, where we solve your problems and your issues and all of
Problem.
your
Your problems.
all of your problems. Send in your problems to us.
Thank you.
Niall, what do the people need help with?
Okay.
It sounds like you're trembling. Shocked.
Some of these are traumatic.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. Right, first one.
Jokes.
Got you. Right, these aren't laughing matters. We're trying to
Okay.
help
Yeah,
people,
no, genuine
okay?
problems. Yeah.
I live in a semi-detached house and my bedroom is connected to next door, where this man in his early 30s lives.
Mm-hmm.
Every night, without fail, he sings karaoke to some big Adele ballads
Oh.
from the hours of 11 p.m. to 1 a.m.
Oh.
I can't sleep. It's so loud. What do I do?
Bless him.
Join?
Yeah, join in. I'd sing back.
Or maybe just ask him to do it slightly earlier.
Or just like...
Like, can we shift the singing hours from 11 till
sounds
1 to maybe
great.
like
Could we-
9 till 11?
You sound great though. Love it. I actually don't know how I would handle this. When I share a wall with next door also, and sometimes they were being like loud and annoying, and I used to just like bang my head against the wall.
Why would you bang your head? Of all the body parts, why would you bang your head and not your
I
hand?
banged my head like that, and then my headboard would then bang into like the wall, so that they get them to shut up.
Why would you just go like this? Like, don't hit the wall.
I don't know. It didn't come to me as a young nymph. I was thinking like little, like they were having house parties, and I was like that made a difference. Me going, excuse me, stop, I'm trying to sleep. Not sure how you handle that really. Is there a way that you can move where your bedroom is?
I would maybe, 2 options here. If you know the guy and you have a good relationship with him, as in like a neighbourly relationship, you would knock on the door and be like, hi, loving your work.
Sounds great.
Maybe can we either turn the volume down or can
do it earlier?
Like, I have to get up for work super early, so can you shift your Adele karaoke?
I wouldn't mention it's
slightly
Adele. I'd say
earlier
your singing practice.
Or if you don't know him that well, maybe slip like a letter
note
through the letterbox and be like, hi,
from a lovely neighbour.
Again, really love your work. However, maybe we should branch out to some other artists and maybe do it earlier.
That's such a Karen move though, because it's quite obviously you.
Well, yeah, maybe just be like, hi, it's me from next door.
I guess if you're not that close, then there's no relationship lost there. You just want to go to sleep, don't you?
No, but also you don't have to be rude. You can't have to be like, shut up!
No, I guess not. But like, can you
like,
not just move your bedroom to like
Why
a different room?
Why would you have to move your bedroom because your neighbour's obsessed with singing Adele?
I just let people live, you know. Get some. Can you not just get earplugs? If they don't, okay,
No.
do the note thing or knock on the door.
Why
but if they don't
should
stop,
you?
then what are you going to do? File a police report for singing Adele?
That's literally. I gave you 2 options and neither of them will
Yeah, but
file a police report.
But what if he then doesn't stop? Buy some earplugs.
Well, then you up the ante. You send more aggressive letters.
In blood.
You said like a sheep's leg through the door or something.
Why is that your instinct? Is to go sheep leg?
I don't know.
That is rough though, because no sleep is not fun.
Also,
so I think send the note.
Also, those are some hefty songs that he's trying to achieve there. So
is he good? That's what I want to know. Any good?
I wouldn't think
My
so.
2 cents are, it could be a case, if it's the same time every night, that's when he showers.
Yeah.
And actually he's just
For
having
2
a
hours.
A 2-hour
No,
shower?
Well, it says between those hours. So it could be the case that he's having his night shower and he likes a bit of a
Who
sing-song.
night showers between 11 and 1?
I would if I lived on my own.
Or
You'd night shower that late?
Yeah, probably. Well, that's when I go to bed. So.
Depends what his shifts are at work as well.
Yeah, he might be a day worker, that's true.
but he's clearly like an
night
Adele
worker, I mean.
super fan.
Yeah, the fact that it's Adele all the time is interesting.
Maybe
Yeah.
get him tickets to Adele.
Oh, that would be nice. That would be really sweet, actually. Get him like an Adele, like themed something. Get him like an
Or-
Adele CD and then write the note and be like, love your work, here's an Adele CD, but don't listen to it within the hours, between the hours of 11 and 1.
Or get
Let
him
her do
like
the
one of
singing.
those
Yeah.
silencing booths.
Oh, yeah, do you know how expensive
Soundproof.
they are? Get him a full sound studio.
Or a voucher towards it.
No, I think go with what we said.
So to clarify, this guy is rendering you sleepless. You should buy him Adele tickets, a sound booth, and some CDs.
Some noise cancelling
Or
headphones.
just a voucher now. The voucher goes a long way.
Yeah, it does. That's true.
Write a note. That's the.
I
think
agree.
so.
That's the.
Or just have a chat.
Any other problems?
We've got quite a few.
Okay.
If we can get through 2 more, then
Okay.
fantastic. The next one is my boyfriend of 2 years told me he works as a manager of a pub.
Mm-hmm.
I went in to surprise him at work last week and he wasn't there. They had never heard of him before, and when I confronted him, he said they were playing a joke.
Oh.
There's not even a question. That's just a statement. So
I
what do you do?
don't know.
I would be like, well, you take me to the pub then with you.
Yeah, but
and
is that super aggressive?
No.
Because if he's like,
I
oh,
would
it's just
need
a
to
joke.
know. Because if it's not a joke, then what the hell is he pulling?
Also, question, like, in the whole time you've been together, has he never, like, had, like, work friends? Has he never, like, like being, oh, this is so and so I work with. Like, I just feel like that would come up. Like, you know absolutely nothing about his job in the whole 2 years that you've been together. That's weird.
I would.
You've just plucked that out. I didn't say any of that.
No, but no, but if he's never worked there, then what does he do for? Like, what does he do for a living?
Yeah, that's the question.
I was about to say, has Niall ever met your work friends? But Niall is your work friend.
He's my only work
No,
friend.
but I was going to say, with athletics, I have brought you along to it, but I could have made up all these names.
Well,
Yeah.
now I don't feel good about it.
Yeah, but I've actually brought you. I did.
Yeah,
I
that's
brought you
true.
along and said, "Here's
I'm
the
not
people."
sure how you handle that. Yeah, I would say, like, okay, well, take me to work with you, and I'll go for a drink or something.
I don't think you'd have to be aggressive about it. You could just say, "Let's go for a meal." If
No, I would be aggressive.
Ellie would be
about it.
aggressive about it. I would be sneaky about it, I think, and be like, oh, I'm going to come to work with you because I've got a lunch with a friend. I'd bring a friend.
you just
Like,
find out
could you
when he's
book me a
next in.
table? I'd say, can you book me a table in the pub that you work at? Because I'm going to go with like Beverly.
Good old
Oh,
Bev.
my good friend Bev.
My
Stuff
God.
is really sold in.
Beverly.
Beverly.
My friend Bev and I are going to the pub, and we'd like you to book us a table, and then you turn up, and then
Imagine if he just pretends to
or
work
if like
that
if
shift.
he
Puts on an apron and starts
Yeah.
clearing tables.
or if he's like, oh, I'm not working then, but I've booked you a table, and there's just rang them and been like, could you book a table for two?
No, I would like.
You'd want them to work there at the same
That is
time.
we
like, Izzie, this is
believe-
a naff solution. I would just be like, prove to me that you work there.
Do we believe that the person went to the right place of work as well? It might be, multiple.
Yeah, maybe there's this like a pub with the same name or something. Like, I'm trying to think of like good outcomes of this rather than he's just a lying scoundrel.
I don't know. I'm suspicious.
I'd get some more proof. Is
I'm
needed.
getting
And
bad vibes.
Yeah, and confront the man. Either he's a spy
He's not a spy.
or he's cheating on you.
No. Or he's just doing another job. But
Yeah, but why would you lie about that?
exactly.
So spy or cheating?
But cheating has nothing to. Where's he going for employment?
Well, I don't know. Maybe he's getting his money elsewhere and he's just spending all the time he says he's at work elsewhere.
No, I think just first of all,
Why
just
would you lie about your
clarify the
job?
situation. Exactly. So just clarify the situation with him. Don't assume that anybody's cheating or a
Or an
spy.
international spy. Because then you can't tell people what your job is if you're an international spy.
But I don't think people at like this age become spies.
You don't know. We will never know.
Like, what age do they start recruiting international?
I don't think it hits
espionage?
30 and they're like, right, well, international spy for you. What do they do before then? They don't just go up to like cafe workers and be like, are you 30? Would you like to be a spy?
No, I would assume there's like an 18.
18 plus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, how do we know this person's an 18 plus? There you go.
Because people
He's a
don't-
manager of a pub.
Izzie, if they were a spy, I think they would have made up a better lie than they work in quite clearly a local pub.
in local hospitality.
Also, if he's the manager,
As a manager.
if he's the manager, you'd surely go there and be like, can I speak to the manager, please?
Yeah, that could be the next solution.
Yeah, and then
just
some other
ask.
person
Someone
turns
else
up, you're
comes
like, that's not my boyfriend. Problem. Something's fishy there. You need to do some more digging.
To
But don't
return
just-
to the pub, either with
Don't
him,
just assume he's an international.
but he's not an international spy. Okay.
That would be my instinct. I don't know why. Right, one more?
One more. There's quite a few wild ones on here, so I'll try and save one. My friend needed a place to stay in London,
Yeah.
so I said she could sleep on my sofa bed for a few nights.
Yeah.
She has now been here for 3 months and is refusing to pay bills or rent and cries any time I bring it up.
Or just kick them out. I just would be like, get out.
I would, while she sleeps, I would
Whoa.
pack up all her belongings and put them outdoors.
I mean, it's very difficult if you don't have anywhere to stay. But, like, that's taking the mick. You can't just not pay bills or, like, contribute in it. Also, does she not have a job? Like, is she not, like, how's she getting her money?
Yeah, I would.
Is she just saving money and living at your house?
Try and have the conversation with her about like why is she not?
Yeah, but she
able to cry?
cries.
Yes, but then just be like, stop crying. Just be like, I will sit here until you stop crying, till we can have a
Yeah.
rational conversation.
It sounds like you're being too nice.
people
I
don't
think.
cry forever.
Yeah. That is a really horrible statement. She will never cry forever. You just have to wait. So you
just
I
have
think
to wait it
basically what's
out.
happening is she's starting crying, and then the friend feels bad for making her cry.
Yeah, exactly.
So don't feel bad. Just be like,
Used.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're being majorly used, and also like she's probably costing you more money.
Yeah.
Because she's using your water, your electricity, and all of that.
Yeah.
So I would be like, well, that's also she's taking advantage of you. That's not a friend.
I'm going to say, just as
Devil's advocate,
well, kind of.
angel's advocate.
I just want to put this in there.
Okay.
It's very easy to say to someone, just don't feel bad. Just go in at your best friend. Like, is there any advice you could say about
People don't cry forever.
Yeah, just let her
sit her
cry.
down and let
I'd be
her
like, look,
cry?
I can understand
Yeah.
that there's clearly something's going on here, and
Let her
like,
cry and then have a rational
no, I would
conversation
be
about
like,
why
oh,
she.
let her cry.
Yeah, no, if she's going to cry about it, I'll just be like, okay, well, I'll be here waiting for you to stop crying, and then we'll talk.
I could not do that. I'd be like, look, this is clearly like a really sensitive topic, and I want to understand like what's going on. Like,
Yeah,
so talk to
exactly.
me.
But
I would
I
be
mean-
like, well, I'm going to wait until you finish.
No,
crying.
I will talk to you about it, and I'll have a proper conversation. I want to understand what's going on and why
But also,
you
this
can't.
isn't fair on
But
me.
I'm
Yeah.
not going to sit here whilst you're snotting everywhere. So I'm going to wait for you to control the fluids falling from your face, and then we'll talk about it once
Also,
you're done.
if she's being manipulative and crying every time you're talking about it,
Exactly.
then she really can't carry on that cry for very long. It'll be like a 2-minute cry, and then she'll be like, okay,
Exactly, she'll run
I've
out
been
of water.
rumbled.
People will dehydrate.
See, I think I'd go down. I'd be too nice.
Yeah. Sorry.
Like, Freddie took that sentence the wrong way.
I'd be too nice about the whole situation. I'd probably go down.
Just stay forever.
Facebook route and get in contact with parents.
No,
Like-
that's even
Real?
worse.
That's worse.
If they're my mate, if they're like my best mate, and I've said they
You
can
would
stay,
log on to Facebook
I'd be on Facebook and be like, look,
and
why
you'd
the
write a
hell
status.
is
That's
James
way
over
worse.
here?
Don't get like family involved. That's so unnecessary. Just have a conversation with the person first.
That's emotional abuse, is what they're doing. Like, get out of my house.
Yeah, which is
I'm
why
not
you
sure
have
I
to
would
wait
go
for
through the
them
parents.
to-
I would just like put, if they literally went to that point where they literally wouldn't leave, I would just pack all their stuff and leave it outside and be like, every time they left, you'd
No,
be like,
that's what I mean. I don't think I've got the willpower to
It
kick someone out
depends-
onto the street.
It
So I'd be
depends
like,
think I
whether
would.
you want to savour the friendship.
well, I don't think you want a friendship with someone unless they're like genuinely something wrong and they can't go home, they've got nowhere to live. Then
Yeah,
they,
which is
like,
why I would say step one, wait
have
for
a
the tears
talk.
to stop, have a talk. Step two, if there's no rational reason and she's just being a dick, then while she sleeps or while she goes down and have a shower, pack up all her things and throw them out the window. Capiche?
Also, where's she got the key? Like, how do you get the key back?
What key?
She's clearly got a key.
no, if you're kicking her out, you get the key back. She wouldn't be able
Otherwise,
to
she
keep
might
the key.
just sneak in the middle of the night.
Just change the locks.
That's a problem. Also, is it like, do you own the place or are you renting it? Because that's illegal. So you can go down the legal route of like calling your landlord if you really can't.
Illegal.
You can't sublet a place without.
She's not subletting because she's not paying any rent.
Yeah, that's fair. She's just staying
Also,
there for free.
You came at me for talking to the parents, but you'd go legal action on your best mate.
Well, if
You just
does it
said
say
you
best
won't-
friend.
You don't have the willpower to have a
Oh, it
conversation.
says friend.
Yeah, friend.
You just said you
Well,
don't.
they're not a friend.
Izzy, you just said you wouldn't be able to have a conversation with them, but you'd be able to take legal action.
Okay, maybe not. This is all talk, but
You're a
like
maniac.
I think we've given some sound advice there. I
Yeah.
hope that's helped all of your problems.
Hope your agony ends. Aunted. It's time for our last.
Wait, can you do that again? I was going.
No, I'm going to carry on. It's time for our last segment of the podcast. Should we play a game?
A game.
A final game.
A game would do.
Niall, tell us a game.
Niall.
Monopoly, hopscotch.
I feel like
Or
it's a
badminton.
fever dream.
Why is that my go-to game? Badminton.
I don't know, you're weird.
So, I think we can play, since it's around the movie mystery kind of time again, I've got a new game that's popular at the moment on
It's
TikTok.
movie mystery time.
What do you mean it's around movie mystery time? Like of the year?
April is movie mystery
So
time.
we normally do movie mystery, which is a quiz around movies
yeah.
or something.
Right.
But
This
I
is
thought-
our movie-themed game for this
yeah,
month.
there we go.
Oh, I
And
see.
there's a bit of a trend going around on TikTok saying, try to avoid what I say.
God, how current are we?
Honestly, keeping up with the trend. So I have 2 rounds of 5 questions. I'm
Yes.
going to read out a question. You both say an answer at the same time.
God, okay.
Izzy,
Yeah.
you don't have to be so scared. Ellie, you're going to try and guess what Izzy's saying for the first round, and then we'll swap.
Cool. Got it.
Izzy, can you choose set A or set B for your questions?
A.
what I'm going to do, I'll read the question, then count down. 3,
3,
2,
2,
1.
1.
Say the
Okay.
answers here.
Oh gosh, what if I can't think of something in time?
I'll
So
say
I've
it.
got to think, what would Izzy say?
What would I say? Yeah. Okay. Ready?
But also, if it's she's thinking, what is she thinking I'm saying? It's a bit of a,
Cray.
Generally, I'm going to think of what I want to
There's not enough time.
do. Yeah.
They get more specific
Okay.
as the questions go on.
Got it. Okay. Let's
So,
go.
first one,
Channel your inner me.
just name an animated movie.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Madagascar.
Ellie is on 1 point.
Don't know why, because that's not my favourite. It just came to mind.
Okay, number 2.
Mm.
I'll give it a little bit more time. Name an Oscar winner. 3, 2, 1.
Emma Stone.
Okay, Ellie is on 2 points.
Only because she's the most recent one that I can think of. Very good.
Right, number 3.
Okay.
Name a musical.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Legally
Oliver.
Blonde.
Right,
Not seen either of those, actually.
2 more. Ellie is on 2 on the 2 broadest questions.
Okay.
So, name any character in Toy Story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Slinky.
Peep. Oh, I thought you'd get Bo.
I was going to go Bo
I
Peep,
know you were
actually,
gonna go Bo
because I
Peep.
thought Woody too obvious,
Yeah.
Buzz too obvious, Bo.
Okay, last
Weirdly,
one.
not Jessie. Didn't even come into my head.
No,
No.
neither.
She's not in the first one, though, is she? No. There you go, Toy Story.
So, last one.
His name is Slinky, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
The dog. Name one of the Simpson family members.
Okay.
So, from this family. 3, 2, 1.
Lisa.
Okay. So, Ellie, you got 2 points.
That's actually really good. That's not bad at all.
It's not from any animated movie
I got that.
and any Oscar winner. But that's
She's just very predictable.
But I'd like to think not, but maybe I am. Okay, I'm ready.
okay.
So this, I channel my inner Ellie.
Yes.
Okay.
Just sit like this.
That's mean. Can't help it.
I know you can't help it, but maybe it'll help me think. Your socks match the chair.
Oh, yeah.
On brand.
Right. Ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
First question.
Okay.
Name a superhero character that has their own movie.
Okay.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Spider-Man. Did you say Batman?
Did. There was a bit
that
of a
was
gap.
my first instinct as well. But I was like, I don't know if Batman's got his own film.
It's literally called
Pardon?
Batman.
Oh, is it? I don't know. Never seen it.
101
Yeah, but I
Batman
know
films.
for sure that Spider-Man has his own film.
No, it's just that he's a background character in lots of other people's films.
You know that
don't
film
know.
Batman.
Oh, isn't that like Dawn of the...
Dinosaurs.
No,
Ice Age.
Devil of
Dark
the...
Knight.
Dark Knight, that's
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Oh,
Devil. Dawn of the Devil.
Dawn of the Dinosaurs. Ice Age.
Batman, Dawn of the
Right,
Dinosaurs.
next one. Name a Disney princess. 3, 2, 1.
Aurora.
Aurora didn't even come to mind. You like Aurora?
Why do I have to like Aurora?
Well, why would she come to your head? She's like a little nothing. She just falls asleep.
Wow.
Next one.
Yeah.
She's a snoozy gal.
Right. Name a movie trilogy. So a series of movies.
Does it have to be a trilogy?
Okay, one's
So a movie that has multiple movies.
one's come to mind for me, but I
For a
don't know
series.
that you
Okay.
know this one.
Ready? 3.
Wait, at least 3, or has to just have 3?
I'd say at least 3. I'll give you that. You can have more.
I don't know. Okay.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Shrek. Because Shrek has 4. I was going to go Divergent, but I thought she won't know there's more than one film.
I
Okay.
didn't see the first one.
Number
I've
4.
got 1 point.
1 point. But 3 questions left.
Okay, come on.
2 questions left. Name a character from The Wizard of Oz.
Why did Barnaby come to mind? That's not any of them.
Okay.
Wait, okay.
Got one?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Toto.
Lion. Oh. Toto.
The dog.
I know, but like, really?
Last one.
Okay.
Come on.
Similar to Izzie's last one.
Okay.
There's only a select number of these.
Yeah.
Name one of the Harry Potter houses.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Only 4 to choose from. So, ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Hufflepuff.
Yes!
I was so going to choose Ravenclaw, but I was like, why would she pick Ravenclaw? I did the test the other day. Guess what I am?
What?
Slytherin.
Yeah, so am I.
What does that say about me?
That you're like me.
I'm a Malfoy.
Yes.
Evil.
Well, no, it's not. Slytherins are not just evil.
What are they? But they're evil among other things. That's
Snape-
enough, isn't
Snape
it?
Always.
Snape was Slytherin, wasn't
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was a bit like, meh.
He was me.
He was a bit like, he had the capabilities of being mean. Don't like that.
That brings us to the end of our podcast. The
Podcast.
podcast.
We had a
That's
great
it.
podcast.
Thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget to
Yes.
like, rate, subscribe, tell your friends, tell
Follow
your
us on
grandma.
TikTok. Follow us on Instagram.
Send
Actually hit me with a
us
cactus.
to the moon.
Don't follow us home.
Bye.
Bye.
Don't really understand what's going on.
Hard.
No, it is anything. It's not my only problem.
Are you sure it's a bathroom?
Yeah, chicken feet.
1, 2,